The premise for Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston was so promising. From the time I heard the synopsis of the first son of the United States, the son of the president, is falling in love or romance with the Prince of England. Okay, this is gonna be cute. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little bit scandalous. It's gonna be a little messy. There's gonna be paparazzi. It's gonna be a very high profile romance kind of situation. That was gonna be entertaining. And this book disappointed me so bad. Because first up, I'll say it did deliver on media aspects, the media blitz, paparazzi elements, the rich and famous parties. And it was fun at moments, but it kind of got real stuffy. Because the book is predominantly told from Alex, the first son of the United States. It's only told from his perspective. And this book is 400 plus pages and is only 15 chapters. I don't understand how this is a 15 chapter, 400 page book with only one character perspective. It kind of got stale at moments. It kind of got boring. It got a little stuffy, which is funny because I read this in 2024, an election year. And in this book, the president is working on being reelected and the president is a woman. And then in 2024, we had a woman as a candidate for president and a strong contender at that. And it would have been great to like read this book and have that also happen in real life. But, you know, that was just as disappointing as this book. But I understood that the political aspects of the book were also a major part of the story. I feel like we could have integrated the political aspects along with Alex's perspective, along with Henry's perspective and his side of the story. Because it only focused on Alex's perspective, I think it drained the story. It was a little draining for me. I didn't enjoy it as much. Maybe my expectations going into the story were not what they should have been. I feel like with this kind of cover and with this kind of premise, I think the story kind of didn't fully deliver on what it was supposed to. Maybe I'm giving it too much. Maybe I'm just leaning on the fact that the characters were being put together. That's probably what blinded me and made me not think the story was what it was gonna be. I really think that it should have been two POVs, Alex and Henry's POVs, and I did enjoy the supporting cast of other characters, and I would have liked to actually get a little bit more from them from Henry's perspective. It would have just rounded the story out more. It was just super disappointing to just read from just Alex's perspective, but it also kind of made me like Alex less as a character the more I read from him. I think it's because I read from him so much, I kind of got bored with him, and I was just been like, I would prefer to also hear from Henry on a lot of these things, like the times when Alex is thinking about Henry and thinking about what he's doing or kind of relaying some of their conversation or things that Henry's told him. Instead of relaying that, it would have been far more interesting to actually just get it from Henry's perspective, in perspective chapters from Henry, instead of 15 chapters for a 400-page book. I don't know, I feel like we could have done this a lot better. Even if you need to add like 100 extra pages just to kind of like balance out having political with Alex's perspective, with Henry's perspective, and maybe a little bit of like that British royalty, aristocracy, like a little bit of that in there too. It would have made the story even more full, more well-rounded, more engaging, entertaining. I do think there should have been a few more plot points of like events, scandal and drama and mess. But I don't know, that's just me. I like a little scandal, I like a little drama, I like a little mess. But I would have liked a little bit more of that. That would have been more fun. But you know, it was great writing. I do feel like Casey McQuiston was showing off their English or literary degree. I ain't mad at that. I do feel like it would be great if we could show off that English literature degree with a story that was even more exciting, more interesting, more entertaining than what I got here. I really wanted to like this. I really went in thinking like this was going to be a favorite book of mine. And it was just so utterly disappointing and kind of boring at times. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I am out this bitch like Fleek. Shout out to Peaches. Thank you, girl.